my name is Jenifer.
My name's Cheryl.
Before I started with ABT, my biggest trouble with my health and fitness was that I didn't have the motivation. And I'm at uni, so trying to figure out what exercises work for my body and what doesn't was really difficult for me. So this has really helped me.
And before I started with ABT, my biggest struggle was that I had a baby a couple of years ago and I put on 4 stone, which was pretty horrendous. So I struggled to lose the weight after I'd had the baby, and I tried every diet, every fitness regime, and nothing was working, and I'd kind of lost all my confidence and come to the end of my tether really with it. It just made me feel rubbish. I had no energy. I think because I'm perhaps a bit of an older mum anyway, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. I didn't feel as good as I wanted to feel. My clothes were all too tight. I couldn't wear anything that I wore before I had my baby. So yeah, I just felt rubbish.
It made me feel quite out of place really. I think I didn't feel like I felt I could fit in any kind of social groups. So for me, just being able to feel a bit more confident in myself and a bit fitter made me feel like I could go and do more than I thought I actually could originally. I'd say this has been a problem for about 3-4 years now. It's only in the last couple that I've really started to try and work on it, and obviously since joining ABT Fitness I've actually seen the results I've been wanting to see. So the tipping point for me in seeking the help that I needed to fix my body confidence issues was more that I felt like all my friends were kind of progressing in their fitness and I was falling behind. I'd tried things from spin classes to body pump classes, solo PT classes, and I just wasn't getting anywhere, and I think I'd finally got to the point where I'd had enough of feeling like I wasn't being able to be myself because of how I looked. My specific memory for trying to do something about it would probably be at the end of my second year of uni. I didn't have that excuse of having the kind of freshers weight anymore, and there was really no excuse for me to be lounging around. I was in my own head and I needed to get myself kicked into shape really.
So my tipping point was probably this year around Easter time. I saw a photo of myself with my husband and my little girl, and when I saw the photo I realised how big I'd got. And we'd booked a holiday at that point as well, and the thought of taking my daughter to the beach and putting my swimming costume on and realising how big I'd got just filled me with absolute dread. And then I thought, it's not fair on her to not do those things, so I needed to sort myself out so that I could do those things with her and she didn't miss out. And I don't want her growing up with a mum that's constantly, yo-yo dieting and trying the next fad. I wanted to grow up with a healthy role model, so I thought that I have to do it properly and I have to address my diet and nutrition as well as my exercise. So since joining ABT about 3 months ago, I've lost a dress size and several inches off waist and hips, and I'm generally just a lot fitter, a lot stronger. I don't get back pain, which was always a problem for me as well, and I don't get out of breath carrying my daughter up the stairs or running around with her, which is obviously a big bonus because I can do a lot more with her. So feeling a lot fitter and happier in myself.
Since joining ABT, and I'm at the end of my 8-week program now, I think a lot of my results have been in just body confidence. I feel like I look a lot better when I'm wearing clothes that I didn't think I could before, and also mentally, I think it's just cleared my head and I feel a lot more positive than I did before as well.
I'd say if anyone was not sure whether they wanted to join ABT and they were kind of undecided, I would say just come along and give it a try. And I think I signed up for 4 weeks initially, and 3 months later I'm still here. So you come along to the first session, and I was dreading it, I was really nervous, but everyone's really friendly. Darren makes you feel really comfortable, and it's hard work, really, really hard work when you first start, but it pays off really quickly if you're consistent and you keep going. So I would just say give it a try, and you haven't really got anything to lose. On my first session, I was just hugely embarrassed at how unfit I actually had become, because I couldn't do the stuff that some of the other people were doing. I couldn't do the squats, I couldn't do the lunges, I couldn't breathe properly for most of it. My cardio fitness was really awful. But when I finished the session, I actually felt amazing. I think it was just the extra energy, and yeah, I couldn't wait to come back for my second session, and it's kind of built on that every week so far.
I would say if you're sitting on the fence about joining, you should definitely give it a go. All of the roadblocks are in your head, and this is such a supportive and inclusive group, and I really do think that I've not had any experience like it. I've come to the end of my 8 weeks, and I'm going to do another 4, and I'm going to be sad to leave it when I go back. Oh, my first session was awful. I was extremely nervous. I felt like I didn't fit in and I didn't know anyone. But by the end of that session, I knew that I'd make the progress, I knew that I had support, and I was making friends as well, which is what you need when you're doing something like this.